This will be the last video of the series, and today we are going to paint all of the red lettering inside the cross and outside the cross, as well as the red border that will go along the outside. So for the red on the inside of the halo and on the outside, we're going to do about 3 drops of cadmium red and a little dollop of burnt umber. And we do want that to be the consistency of heavy cream, so I'll mix that now. So there are actually 9 lines on the cross. There are 3 on each of the 3 parts of the cross that are showing, and they don't go straight across. They are very straight up until about a 1/4 inch from the side, and then they go at a 45-degree angle. So you should be able to see your etching through the gold leafing. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to paint the letters that look like the O, the W, and the N. And those are actually in Greek, they translate into the being one, or he who is, which is the name that God revealed to Moses from the burning bush, that Jesus refers to himself as, which you guys commonly know as I am. And then on the sides, we have an IC and an XC, and these are the abbreviation for the Greek name Jesus and Christ. And then I think actually after that, I'm gonna use the same color. I'm gonna go over the outline of my halo again, because I got a lot of yellow paint on top of it when I did the wash after I had painted the red outline. So if your red outline is nice and crisp, you can leave it. But if you have some just yellow paint or other paint on it, you can go ahead and use the same color to redraw the outline of the halo. Okay, the very last step of the process is to create the red border on the outside. And while it makes the icon look very nice, kind of like it's been framed, it actually has a deeper meaning, and it represents a doorway and a window into the eternal realm through which we gaze. And so in order to create that border, we're going to use straight Venetian red, and we will water it down to the heavy cream consistency. And there's 2 ways you can do this. I'm going to get a ruler and create a 1/4 inch border around the entire frame. Now this doesn't need to be measured exactly 1/4 of an inch. I'm just going to estimate it at about a 1/4. And you can do this 2 ways. You can either take a pencil and you can draw a straight line down the side, or if you'd like, you can use an etching tool and you can etch the 1/4 inch border down the side. With the pencil, you'll want to make sure you erase the pencil marks when you're all done. With the etched line, it'll be more of like a little bit of a trough almost, kind of like when we were doing the book edges. If you're really careful about it, you can use the etch lines to kind of push your paint up into as like a nice crisp line. So let's give it a shot. I'm gonna go freehand here. Okay. Across the bottom, it is going to go over the paint, and that is okay. So you can see my line. I went just under Jesus's hand because I did want a little bit of that space there. Okay, now on the top, this is clearly closer than 1/4 inch. So I'm still gonna do a 1/4 inch border, and I'm not going to paint over the halo. And I'm also not going to make an etch mark over the halo. I'm going to paint the red all the way up into the halo, behind, and then continue, so that Jesus is in front of the window. So be really careful. I'm gonna go from here and from here. Okay, now I will get the paint ready. I'm gonna start with this small-ish, medium-ish brush, and I might adjust as I go. Oh, and I've already gotten paint. That's okay. That is gonna get painted over. Once you've finished painting the outline border and that's dried, and you've painted the actual sides of the panel so there's no white showing, and you are happy with how dark it is, I would do at least 2 coats, if not 3, maybe 4, depending on how thin your paint is. You are done. This is your icon. This is what it's going to look like. The very, very last thing we need to do is actually let all the paint completely dry. So we'll leave it for at least 2 to 3 days, and then we will go over it with a clear, glossy coat, and it will just enrich the colors a little bit, and it'll seal everything in. You won't have to worry about your gold. It'll finish the look. But once you've done the Venetian red around the outside and on the sides of the panels, you are done. So congratulations, and I hope that you have enjoyed your time creating your icon.